We lost one of our veterans in our family. Every male member of my family has worn the cloth of the country, and I have 5 uncles, great uncles, all brothers, served during World War II. One is buried in the Philippines, and I wear his band today, but we lost Uncle Chuck, the oldest. And what I thought I'd do is tell you what made the measure of the man so you would understand what I had as an example and why I served and my brother served and my father served in Vietnam. Uncle Chuck was one of these guys, just like the captain mentioned. He went to war. He came home. He didn't talk about it. He just got to work for his family. Later in life, when I was a young cadet at Texas A&M, we spent a lot of time with my great uncles, and I got to hear of all the different branches because they were in every branch, Marine Corps and Army. But Uncle Chuck was one of the guys in the first wave of D-Day, and he made it off the beach alive, missing some digits, and continued to fight throughout the war. So Uncle Chuck had 2 Purple Hearts and 2 Silver Stars. And what I'd like to do is just read his Silver Star awards so you can understand the kind of men that I had guiding me in my life. His first Silver Star was in 1944, award of Silver Star Medal to Staff Sergeant Jasper Beecham, otherwise known as Uncle Chuck to us, infantry, 330th Infantry, United States Army, for distinguishing himself by gallantry in action on 20 December 1944 in Unterbach, Germany. Sergeant Beecham was leading his squad in an attack against a town when it was halted by intense fire. Acting in his own initiative, Sergeant Beecham crawled forward over a hill, then being subjected to heavy enemy artillery, mortar, and small arms fire, worked his way to a house. He entered the house, killing 2 and capturing 4 of the enemy. After being joined by the remainder of his squad, he set up a defensive position, and the following day cleared 10 houses on the ridge, killing 7 of the enemy and taking 20 prisoners. This outstanding action by Sergeant Beecham was a vital factor in the successful seizures of the town the following day by his battalion. The tenacious determination and fearless courage and devotion to duty of this non-commissioned officer reflect the highest credit upon himself and the finest traditions in the forces of the United States. That was 20 December 44. Fast forward, 4 January 1945. Staff Sergeant Jasper Beecham, Infantry, 330th Infantry, for distinguishing himself by gallantry in action on 4 January 1945 in Belgium. Sergeant Beecham's company was advancing through enemy artillery and mortar fire when the advance guard was pinned down by heavy enemy small arms and machine gun fire. Upon his own initiative and by himself, Sergeant Beecham crawled more than 100 yards over the snow-covered ground to a position where he could fire at a machine gun nest with his bar. By his daring action, he killed the crew of 2 enemy machine guns and thereby allowing his company to advance. Despite his near-mortal wounds, this outstanding devotion and courage and fighting spirit of this non-commissioned officer reflect the highest credit of himself and the finest traditions of the Army. Signed by Major General, I can read this, my eyes are going on me, Rust C. Macon, Major General, United States Army.